I can admit it. I am somewhat of a misanthrope. Oh, I like people well enough, but I'm most happy when I'm alone. When I go camping, I just want to escape the noise and garbage of civilization. Noise and garbage, the chief products and authenticating signs of civilization. So I was very happy to find this forgotten road that led deep into the wilderness, away from everyone, far, far away from everyone. Well, hello everyone. Thanks for joining me on another easy camping adventure. Boy, I'm in a really special spot today. I only just discovered this. I've actually never been here before. Well, I came here like a week ago on my motorcycle and discovered it and thought, man, I got to come back here and do some camping. I'm on top of a ridge. I don't know what the name of the ridge is. It's exactly 5,000 feet where I've set up my camp. Just as I got here, a C-130 flew over real low. Very spectacular, but I was parking, and so I heard it, was able to just hop out and see as it disappeared over the mountains there. Behind me, we're kind of looking to the southeast. I don't know if you can see it there, but in the back behind me there is Mount Hinman and Mount Daniel. Mount Hinman was the first mountain I ever climbed where I had to do some glacier climbing. So that mountain's kind of special to me. That was way back in the mid-80s, I hate to say it. Looks like they probably logged this place about 20 years ago, maybe 25, so it's just starting to grow back. But it's a spot that is seldom used, so there's no garbage. There's not going to be any noise. I am very remote. I'm deep. I'm probably, well, maybe as the crow flies, only 10 miles from Highway 2, but as the speedometer shows it, or as the odometer shows it, it's about 15 miles up here to the end of this road. And since it's not a really good road, that takes a while to get here. You can be driving, 10 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour. Anyhow, the unfortunate part of all of this is there's about 500 mosquitoes for every cubic yard of air, and so I'm being eaten alive. It's also a little bit warm. It's breezy, so that keeps it cooler, but I might have to set up the canopy and get inside of it to escape the mosquitoes. I personally don't like wearing bug spray. I'd rather get in my canopy and turn on my thermocell and just chase them all away. It strikes me, this is really a nice spot. It's got a nice, kind of a fairly flat area here. It's nice and green and mossy. As you can see, no one ever comes up here. Got a nice view of Mount Hinman and Mount Daniel. And all these peaks around here. Pretty sure that's Davis Peak over there. And that could be Mount Poe, I'm not sure. And just a slight little walk over here, I can see, well, no, I can't. There's Glacier Peak over there, but if I just walk over here a few steps, you can see up there is Spike. That's at the very tippy top, so I kind of want to be there at the top, but the view down here is better. So I'm thinking, man, I should just maybe go get Spike and set up my camp down here. I'm going to go up there and compare the two sites. This is really nice. A little windier up here too, which is nice because then it's cooler and the mosquitoes are unable to dine on me so easily. Look at those pine cones on this tree here. That's a fir tree. They've got all sorts of trees they call firs, like Douglas fir. Douglas fir is not really a fir tree at all. If you look at its scientific name, it's pseudotsuga, which means false fir. In actual firs, the pine cones stand straight up. That's how you know a fir tree. Those pine cones are standing straight up. That's a fir tree. Well, I'm thinking those clouds will probably disappear off Glacier Peak this evening when the sun sets. And the sunset will be right over here. This is looking west. And that would be really spectacular this evening. But I'm thinking, in fact, I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and move down there where I will look east and watch the sunset on Mount Daniel and Mount Hinman. And there's a bigger view down there. It's a tough choice. These two campsites are both really nice. I might have to come back and camp up here. But I think tonight, my first camp up here is going to be down there at that intersection. Well, there we go. I went ahead and moved down here. Got spikes set up, but I noticed something when I was here. Not so good. My light bracket here is busted. I have a spare one at home, but that doesn't help me here. I'm going to have to figure out some way. There's no plug-in on this wire here. It goes right down inside, so I got to leave it mounted. I have to come up with some way to keep that there. Well, here's the fix that I came up with. I've got this big zip tie here I've strapped on it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some duct tape, and I'm going to wrap it around that all around so that the zip tie won't slide off, and that'll make it till I get home. There we go. I took about 3 pieces of tape about 10 inches long, nice and solid now. Don't think that's going anywhere. That should last a couple hours till I get home. Well, it's about 7:30 in the evening, so I'm going to go ahead and get in the fridge here and get out my dinner. I'm going to have meatloaf with some butter. And because those meatloaf dinners never have enough potatoes, I always get an extra mashed potatoes. What you can't see is I've got a great view looking out this window over here. I can see Mount Hinman and Mount Daniel. The sun is on these mountains off this side. The side of the mountain that I'm on here is in the shadows, but the rest of the world is in sunshine. This part of the world. I always, when I'm done eating, like to get everything cleaned up, put away, so I don't have something lingering that needs to be done. I'm going to be looking at the stars thinking, oh, I still got to do this, or I still got to do that. I want everything done so that I can just kick back and enjoy the evening, and when I get sleepy, just crawl right into bed, and in the morning when I get up, everything's ready to go. Well, as you can see, sun's going down. It's a beautiful evening. I'm going to go ahead and walk up here to the top of this hill where I was originally camped and see if the clouds have left the top of Glacier Peak. Maybe get a picture. Wow, look at Glacier Peak. It's one of my sins of omission is I never did climb that one. Hiked all around it. But that was quite a bit of an effort to get back in there. Even more of an effort now. All the trails are gone. Wow. Well, it's about 10:30. I've been staying up out here looking at the stars. I got a pretty good view of the sky. Been able to see, the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper and Polaris, Cassiopeia, seen Cygnus the Swan, a few others. Couldn't see the entire summer triangle, but anyhow, I think it's probably about time for me to call it a day and crawl into bed. Always hate to let go of an evening like this. It's so pretty, but it's also a little chilly, and I am tired, so it is time. I'll say goodnight, and I'll see you in the morning. Well, the weather has changed. Wasn't supposed to, but I'm still a little surprised, even disappointed. Anywho, I guess I'm going to go ahead and pack up. The mosquitoes are one thing that haven't changed. There's still 500 of them to every cubic yard, so get things packed up and head out of here. I'll get something to eat for breakfast on the way home. There we go. That's it. Just doing a quick check here to make sure I'm not leaving anything behind. Didn't think I had. I usually keep things picked up as they go. But another easy camping adventure comes to an end. That's too bad. This was a particularly beautiful spot. I really enjoyed this. Do me a favor, if you liked it, please go down and click like. It'd be great if you subscribed. And until next time, you've been easy camping with Easy Camper and Spike.